Salisbury Plain, which is located in southern England, is a military training area for the UK's Ministry of Defence, covering around 300 square miles, and is the largest military training ground in the UK. The area is also one of the most significant landscapes for studying the Neolithic period, 4000 to 2500 BC. It is renowned for its array of prehistoric monuments, which offer a glimpse into early human societies, their belief systems, and their relationship with the landscape. Places like Stonehenge and Wiltshire are on the plain. I have visited a few before of the more unknown sites of the area, but it is also an area which can be difficult to explore some of the lesser known monuments, as some of the areas of the plains are not always open to visitors, so always wise to check before you leave. Today we visit a Henge monument which is just on the edge of the MOD land, either known as Everleigh Henge, or some call it Weatherhill Henge due to its location. As you can see as I walk around, there is very little can be seen now, reported to almost be ploughed out. In fact, it could have been lost forever if it wasn't for aerial photos which spotted it in 1996. The posts around the henge are to prevent tanks going through the area, and some of the posts are painted white so that the tanks can see them at night. It's nice to see that although little remains to be seen, it's now protected for future generations. But as for the henge itself, we know very little. We can get a good view from LiDAR, which clearly shows up the henge. During the Neolithic period, humans in Britain and other parts of Europe began constructing large ceremonial structures known today as henges. These monuments, with their circular enclosures and impressive earthworks, are among the most intrigued remnants of prehistoric societies, although their exact purpose remains unclear. Archaeologists believe henges serve as an important centres for ritual, community gathering and possible astronomical observations. So to recap what a henge is, they are defined as a roughly circular or oval area bound by a ditch with a bank, a design that distinguishes them from other prehistoric monuments, with one or more entrances, gaps, where the bank and the ditch are interrupted, allowing access to the interior. The internal ditch is one of the defining features of a henge and is puzzling for many people, as it is the opposite of a typical defensive structure, where the ditch would be placed outside the bank. This suggests that the henges were not built for defence, but rather for ceremonial or symbolic purposes. I will put a link to a video I did which explains it better. While the basic layout of the henge is similar across various sites, there are significant differences in their internal structures. Some contain stone circles and timber posts, such as at Everleigh, but then there are others that have no known monuments inside them. Although Stonehenge has the name Henge in it, it is in fact not a henge monument. The exact purposes of henges is still debated. Some scholars agree they are primarily ceremonial in nature. Their construction often involves significant communal effort, indicating they held some great importance to the Neolithic society that built them. To me, Neolithic henges remain one of the most fascinating and mysterious legacies of the prehistoric Britain. Despite the centuries that separate us from the builders of the Henges, these monumental structures, with their circular earthworks and often complex interiors, stand as a testament to the spiritual, social and perhaps astronomical interest in early farming communities. Whether they were used for ritual, celestial tracking, although I prefer the thought as a community gathering, Henges offer us a glimpse into the minds of our ancestors and their deep connection with the land and the sky. Back to this henge. Wiltshire and Swindon Historic Environment Record records that in 1972 there was a fieldwork noted as a slightly oval enclosure, possibly a Class II henge monument, with a probable southwest entrance and the suggestion of another to the northeast, and that, it seems, is all we know about this monument. But as I was looking at the line of the henge, I could also see a much larger circular type enclosure close by. I did not know about this at the time, so it's a good job that I will be returning to the area, as there is so much more. Concerning the Wiltshire and Swindon Historic Environment Record, have it as a possible Iron Age enclosures, which it could be, but what are your thoughts? Let me know in the comments below. There are other Iron Age hill forts in the area, and there are other circular marks which have been classed as possible Iron Age enclosures. By the woods close to the henge there is recorded of a Bronze Age barrow. In fact, there are plenty in the area, but all have been ploughed out now. One of the barrows was excavated, but not the whole barrow itself. What was found, it was 11 cremational burials were identified within the monument, with additional burials likely to be present in the uninvestigated centre and northern parts of the mound. Artefactual evidence from these excavations indicate Neolithic to late Bronze Age date range. But little else has been investigated in the area, and most listings are listed as undated, with only a rough idea of what they are. As you can see by the OS maps, there are plenty a number of earthworks in the area. Most of the straight line earthworks are likely to be medieval boundaries. So is this an earthwork by any chance?
This is what?
This is an actual ditch going on here.
So this is an earthwork.
It's got to be in it.
So on the earthworks, in relation to
Well, if we keep walking down, we're going to hit the track, aren't we? Well, this is definitely an earthwork, I reckon. Does it say that on the map?
we're facing the other direction according to this, but which we are, the earthwork is behind us back there.
Oh, well, this is an actual ditch.
Okay.
So I haven't got my glasses on. Yeah, so where are we? We're there. Yeah, so there's an earthwork there. Earthwork.
right,
So we
okay,
are
I'm
on
with
top of an
you.
earthwork. So we almost want to be heading in that direction. Yeah, so this is an earthwork.
Yes, we're
In the middle of an earthwork.
we carry on this track.
Then to the right should be,
there.
yeah.
byway, which doesn't exist, leads you straight to it.
No, that's a track. That's the byways are the green ones. That's just a forces track. Yeah.
There, that goes there, and I think it's in there because the Henge is there, right? We're looking at this field. This field we're looking at.
No, that should be the one over there. So I mean the long barrow's there.
Behind
so it's
us.
this side. Or is it behind us?
It's behind us there.
Do you think we're on that?
We're on that track. That's the crossroads. We've come down here. There's one that goes all the way down this side, but there's that one that's pointed.
It's going way. Up.
There's four,
yeah.
Isn't it?
So it's a crossroads. So we're coming down this one, you're saying? No,
we're coming down this one.
Let's keep going and see.
And I think it's in there.
The only other monument in the area that I could find that has been excavated, and that is a long barrow, of which myself and the friend I was with did try and find it, but we failed. Although, to be honest, little of the long barrow is reported to remain. All that has been mentioned was that some burials were found when the tomb was open. But there is still so much to the area, and one I will be returning to, not just here but the other side of the road, which may help to understand what is going on here. But what felt weird walking around this area was an awareness of the many layers of human activity that have occurred here. It's fascinating to think about how each generation, from ancient people like those of the Neolithic and Bronze Age, through the Iron Age and medieval times, even up to the present day army, has left their mark. The sensation of walking in the footsteps of so many before me, each with their own stories and experiences, can make a place feel almost timeless, as though you're part of a much bigger and ongoing story. The idea that the land has seen so much change, yet remains a constant, can be humbling. It adds a sense of awe for how the landscape has changed and been shaped by the people who lived and worked on it through history. Today, walking the same ground offers a unique opportunity to reflect on how much has changed, yet how much remains constant. The land endures, but it also transforms as each new generation leaves its mark. Perhaps, even without realising it, you and others who walk there now become part of the continuing legacy, contributing to the next layers of history. Thank you so much for watching and supporting my channel. I truly appreciate every single one of you. Whether you're a viewer, subscriber, Patreon or channel member, your continued encouragement and generosity means the world to me and allows me to continue creating content we are all passionate about. I couldn't do this without you, and I am so grateful to have such an amazing community. Thank you for being part of this journey, and until the next time, stay safe.